Welcome to Menopause Monday. So today I'm going to be talking about bloating and menopause. Now, I'm not talking about a belly that's got belly fat on it. I'm talking about bloating, which is gas or fluid buildup. Now, before I start, just know that if you've had bloating for a long period of time, if you've been to your doctor and your doctor has said you're just putting on weight, but you know you're not, it's not just weight related, go and get a second opinion. It's really important. Bloating can be an indication of a variety of other things, which I'll cover at the end of this, but do go and get a second opinion. If your doctor is still a bit of a brick wall and you're not getting any further that way, go and seek out the advice of a gut health nutritionist. And that person will be able to probably take a stool sample, but be able to really get underneath the bonnet and discover what is causing your issue. I am actually going to leave the contact details of a lady that I know who is a gut health nutritionist. She deals with this sort of thing all the time. She also went through these problems herself, and as a result has been on that journey and known the frustration and the angst and the embarrassment and the pain and the discomfort that it can cause you. So look for her details at the bottom of this. I will be linking to her. So I'm going to go over some common causes, and then I'm going to share a few things with you that you can do to help reduce the bloating. Now, bloating really occurs because of the falling estrogen. When our estrogen levels fall, it slows down the motility of our gut, our digestive system. You probably know already that the digestive system pushes food through by a series of like muscular contractions. And when our estrogen levels are falling, those muscular contractions get more sluggish, which can cause food to stay in our stomach or our digestive system for longer periods of time. And if it's in our digestive system for longer periods of time, it can start to ferment, which can give off gas. It can make us feel uncomfortable. So things to help overcome motility issues are exercise, regular movement, good hydration, eating foods that are high in fiber. I will go through the things to fix the bloating further on through this video, but just understand that motility is one of those issues that it's a common occurrence with menopause, but you can take measures in order to help improve the motility. Another one is friendly bacteria. If we have got food stuck in our gut for longer periods of time than we really want, or if we've been poorly and we've had a course of antibiotics, it could well be that we haven't got sufficient friendly bacteria in our gut. Now, there've been the friendly bacteria thing, I think, is fascinating. I've got some video links to gut health in detail, sort of gut health lectures. If you ever wanted to hear those, just message me, I'll send them to you. There have been tests in mice which have proven really, in fact, that crapsules exist. People have had fecal transplants, which have been incredibly successful. And they are known as crapsules. You can have them up the bum as well. But essentially, it's repopulating the imbalance of friendly gut bacteria in one person's body with friendly, effective gut bacteria from another person's body. It works incredibly well. Yes, you might think it's a bit yucky, but our gut health is so important. 90% of our serotonin, 50% of our dopamine, two of our very important feel-good hormones are created in the gut. So when our gut is off, it really has a negative impact on our mental health and just our day-to-day life. So do consider if it's a bacteria issue, make sure that you're eating lots of probiotics, lots of vegetables, because those feed the healthy bacteria. You can get things called like multidophilus from your health food store. They're like little capsules that are full of healthy bacteria. They're not crapsules, so don't worry about that. And take a course of those just to repopulate the gut bacteria in the right way. So you've got the friendly bacteria, which are going to help you break down the food and stop that fermentation. Stress is another massive problem through the menopause because we've got so many life changes. But stress, when we're under stress, it affects our digestion. If you are having to run away from a potential danger or a threat, or you're afraid, your body is primed to either fight or run. So it takes away the blood from the digestive system. So long-term stress is going to have a negative impact on your digestion, can also lead to ulcers and things like that, and too much acid in your system. So make sure if you're finding that you're under a lot of stress, take active measures to reduce that stress. Do exercise, get out in nature, do walking, do things that make you feel less stressful, meditation if that works for you, yoga, those sorts of things. Community, hanging out with people that just make you feel more calm, that is going to help you reduce your stress. But you have to get good at your stress management. It's not about doing it when the time is right, because the time will never be right. Stress will always be there. It might not be that you've got hours. You don't need hours. Just focus on a few techniques that are going to help you. Deep breathing is amazing to help you reduce stress. If you want my Deep Breathing for Health book, again, send me a message or leave a comment and I will email that to you. It's a really comprehensive breathing for health book. I'm more than happy to send that to you. Dehydration. Most of us don't drink enough water. To know how much water you should drink, you need to weigh yourself in pounds, divide that by 2, and that's the amount of fluid ounces you should be drinking. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you should be drinking, if you weigh 200 pounds, drink 100 fluid ounces of water. However, make sure that when you're eating, you're not drinking too much water during your meal or shortly afterwards. The reason for that is because we want to have the digestive juices acting efficiently to break down the food so it doesn't stay in our gut fermenting for too long. So water is really important, but don't overdo water while you're actually eating. Our eating habits also tend to be way too rushed. We're always in a rush. We tend to grab processed food from the drive-thrus. Try and eat food that you prepare at home that is healthy. I know we're all keen to eat like the microwave meals or the already ready-made meals. They've often got stuff in it that are not going to be beneficial for your gut flora. If you can, make your own. Prepare it in bulk. I've got a meal plan prepping guide. If you want that, send me a message. I will send that to you. It's got all the tips and tricks that you will need in order to be a ninja meal plan prepper, and it's going to benefit your gut health. It might be that you have got an intolerance to certain foods. Google low FODMAP diet. You're going to find a lot of information that way that will help you work out if you've got sensitivity to certain foods. Things like gluten, things like dairy. What I would do is start to cut out dairy, first of all, maybe, and cut it out for 2 weeks and see if your symptoms improve. And if they don't, you know it's not dairy. Then try gluten, cut out gluten, see how that affects your bowel, your constipation, your bloating. And if you realize that you're getting better, then it's probably that you may have a gluten intolerance. So that's a really good way of, you don't have to do it for long, but it's definitely worth doing. Also reduce sugar, reduce the processed foods, reduce high salt foods. None of those are going to be beneficial for your gut health. You want to try and maybe drink peppermint tea, or yarrow root complex is also very good for digestive issues. Avoid foods that might bloat you. I don't know about you. I mean, I love legumes, things like chickpeas, lentils, but they really bloat me. I know the next day I'm going to be really gassy. It's just as well I'm single. But things like cruciferous vegetables, although they're really, really good for things like broccoli, cauliflower, sprouts, cabbage, that sort of thing, they can actually make you more gassy. So if you've got a tendency to those, maybe remove those from your diet. That's not to say you shouldn't be eating your at least 5 veggies a day. You should. They're absolutely crucial, but just maybe eat less gassy making vegetables. They're going to be good for you. Finally, one of my sort of most important tips is to keep a food journal, keep a food diary. So what you want to be doing is just on a piece of paper or in your diary, write what you've eaten every day, and then what is your bloating like the day after. So if you've got, or it could even actually be 2 hours after. Some foods react more quickly than others. So if you've got bloating that's happening, you can then have a look back and say, well, what did I drink, what did I eat, and see if there's a pattern. At least that is then going to show you where the food problems are or the drink problems are. Make sure that you exercise. I know I've mentioned exercising already, but Exercising will help the motility of your digestive system. It also helps us to detox. It'll help you keep you regular so you don't struggle with constipation. Exercise is going to benefit you on every level. And then just finally, the bloating, it could be an underlying problem with liver, could be an underlying problem with your gallbladder. It can be an indication of fibroids, ovarian problems. It can be a sign of diabetes if there's a lot of fluid around there, and various other issues. So do go and get it checked. I cannot emphasize that enough. If you've got fluid and gas, or fluid and or gas that's been there for more than 3 weeks, go and get it checked. Now, I will leave the details of that lady. She's called Donna. She's amazing. She's lovely. She knows exactly what she's talking about below this. Reach out to her. She'll be more than happy to help you. Or, Google gut health nutritionist and, find somebody local to you if you need to go and see somebody in person. I know Donna's based in the States. But she shares a lot of really useful information on her Instagram page as well. So I would go and check her out, have a chat with her. She'll be more than happy to talk with you. And yeah, I hope you found that helpful today. I just wanted to sort of really focus on bloat, because I've come across so many of you recently who've really been struggling, and it can be a very large issue, not just physically, but mentally up here too. So do go and get it checked out. And I wish you every success with that. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe so that you don't miss future episodes. And if you've got a friend who is also struggling with bloating, please share it with them, because it might just encourage them to go and get it further checked out. Okay, catch you soon.